was a weird posture by Tommy Morrison, saying he didn't work out hard, stalling at the beginning of the referee, thus creating some dissension, some around the fight that really wasn't there, and we begin round one. It's scheduled. Morrison is the first fighter Foreman has faced. Savvy, more experience. Morrison's never really been tested in later. George Foreman, make no doubt about it, is not Joe Hip. By Tommy Morrison, if nothing else, wins a few fans. Left by Morrison. Morrison doesn't chase you. He won't double up on many punches. Foreman doesn't double up on much, except he's in with the best fighter he's ever fought. Foreman did file a protest. Athletic Commission. Foreman's had a game plan. First round, I think, very important for Morrison. Gain some confidence. A left by Morrison land. I am telling you, Morrison throws a... We are 5 rows back. A few times in his career, Morrison... Mistake, lunged in, didn't throw a punch, and Morrison makes him pay. Morrison wins the first. When a guy has fought back. So here we go, round 2. Corner just telling him if he feels heat, get out of there. Morrison saying midweek, hey, I'm a different fighter. I'm not a one with a left that partially lands, and partially is using that two-hand defense. Including every fan here. Reaction when he first gets tagged by Foreman. Oh, a big right. Morrison's doing this, though, his game plan early. And Morrison there with a sloppy right. That's reportedly when George wanted to go. It would have him tired a bit, because he is really, everything is meant to kill. Best flurry for Foreman. Back, pushes George off of the left and a right, then another left. Scheduled 12-rounder. Morrison. Rare. Comes in.
Get him up, come on!
Morrison doing almost all. A right uppercut hits Morrison, and then George leans. Challenge. He's been able to do that with most guys, but you can't get that close to Morrison. Foreman stalking him now. Slight reach advantage, 1 inch to be exact. Left dangerous punch. Almost be labeled as foolish. The end of the round should be interesting. Fatigue. The edge of their seats, waiting for the big punch to be delivered. By a right, he's missed every time. Opened it up from Foreman, realizes it. Straight left lands. Up well. Morris Flint's will keep George off of you. Tommy clearly fatigued by mid-right by Foreman. Didn't appear. The aerial view gives you a better look at it. Foreman gets tagged. Foreman more aggressive. We didn't hear his corner. They apparently... Marquee punch left. George a straight left of his own. Kind of chasing Morrison down, not just stalking anymore.
2 hands are free.
Mouthpiece came out. Morrison comes out of it, goes swinging, and swing hit hard again. They're going at it, center ring. Lane seemingly a foot smaller than either fighter. Morrison kind of backing into a corner of the round. George, 20 years older, seemed in better shape. Foreman. Both guys were. This fight has whirlpool written all over it. Almost to the ear of Foreman. Leaned in with a right hand. Foreman a little puffiness. Oh, big right by. You just can't take your eyes off. Is there ever gonna? I mean, really. All right, through it. Tommy was waiting for him. George came back with a right. So you can see George's punches coming, although here Morrison's coming. turned his back on him. Again, Morrison turned. Leaning a little more. That is dangerous. He's leaning into George a little where he loses some of his strength. This the fifth of a scheduled. The first or second. Foreman's really not stocking like earlier rounds and round. The round's over. Morrison not hurt, just with a right uppercut. His corner told him lead with speed, follow with power. They said it over and over again. The minute mark to go. Nice left by Morrison. George comes low. Morrison really hasn't been. These guys just haven't lasted that long to hurt him. Usually a single, the extent of any Foreman combination, and this is boxer in his early years. Minute 15 remaining. George with those long arms just whacked him a good left. And Foreman's jab will always affect, at least during his comeback. Morrison, or make it Foreman, almost staggered himself. Morrison overreaches, then comes back with a punch. Round's over. Last 15 seconds. Angelo Dundee telling Foreman the jab. Those are some of Foreman. A slight edge to Morrison. He's the more active fighter. A stunner, to put it mildly. Foreman lands a good punch. Not a good sign. Then he lands with a right. Foreman 11th round, a busy one. Foreman getting to Morrison. He said he's a better fighter. Not a one-dimensional. Foreman lands a good right. Hurt Morrison. Round.
Come on, Foreman.
An uppercut. Both land with the left. Morrison jabbing, keeping away. Though it appears unsuccessful to this point. What a big, heavy right. Enough.
Come on, come on, come on.
He brings that right around. Stepping in momentarily, stopping. Morrison, for the most part, stayed away this round. Big George early.
You need more combination. Inside.
But undaunted, Foreman came right back. Last low blow warning. Holyfield, that was a big left. You see the Vaseline come up. That Vaseline will help those highest knockout percentage in boxing history.
All right, George.
Foreman nodding. Very aware, very composed of where he's at. George backs Morrison to the corner, and Tommy, heavy-handed Foreman, throwing a variety of. Never took a big shot more than elbow from Foreman. That'll work. Still bouncing around, though not as regularly. George just can't track him down. A big low blow.
All right. Big. Hey. George. Time.
George reaches out to grab him. George knew it was low.
10 minutes ready. Okay.
That hurts enough when he hits you in the shoulder. Time call again. None with maybe the power, however, of Foreman's. Morrison from time to time screaming.
Down in there.
Bringing everything he has. Triple. More than Foreman. He's been breathing heavier in the corners. Right, and almost got 10 with a left. He's both guys tiring. 10 seconds left. 5-3. Heavyweight championship. 12 rounds. And his best punch in 2 rounds. Feel heat. George missed with the left. Followed huge punches. The left just landed. George punching. Honestly, you're not going to get much slower than George at any point around. Speed's never been his forte. Nice uppercut. More as a stool. More powerful, sure, but not. Foreman just not throwing that many punches, really. Sides. Manny loving the youth. seconds. Morrison's looked pretty good tonight. She's just waiting for that. He just never threw it. He hasn't thrown it much tonight. What they're asking for in Morrison's corner. Last few have gone quickly. Really emphasizing speed out of the break. That's about the extent of better than it was. An early round punch right by Foreman. That landed right around the chin. Morrison. George with a... If nothing else, frustrates a fighter. Kidney shot by George. Mills Lane says he hit him in the back. That tick. Nothing to do with it. With a couple of rights of his own, Morrison ducks out of the way and lands a right. I'm in position. Clearly tired. Nice right. On him, he comes out of a clinch with a big left. Foreman, there's a punch, a point, bomb. Foreman missed wild. A good Foreman round. Took some punches and Angelo Dundee screaming at Mills Lane, saying you're not a good. Furious. We'll see how much that point matters. WBO Heavyweight Championship. Less tired. Morrison. That's his experience. Missed with the left. Point, holding true to his prediction. More savvy, a little brighter in the ring. And tonight he's pretty veteran in boxing. Best punch tonight, breaking out of the clinch with a big left. Stayed his distance. George can stay his distance. Punched and moved. Foreman was low, but it's done little tonight. George getting as frustrated as a lot of movement.
And final round. How about a round
of 12? Vaseline all over his face. He feels he's the winner. Only thing which you can. Foreman knows this is a close, though he probably doesn't feel he has to knock him out to win. George bent Morrison's neck back with a George with a right. The last 2:08 of George Foreman's boxing career. Morrison mouth hooks a punch, dishes one out. This is dangerous territory. It's the length of extend. There he does and lands a good stands. Foreman's best punch and Morrison exhausted. Off his Morrison 30 seconds left in the fight. Boy, that did Morrison a huge earlier. We don't even get that in practice. Tape still coming off. Mills Lane will probably now he's got to call time again. He called time. The tape is everywhere. It's coming off.